get a chance to check out the seeding out east. 4 games left on the schedule here. You look at Detroit, very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And, of course, Toronto, they're 5 spots away.
Well, I think for Toronto, they're in good position, firmly in the playoff picture. They don't have to worry about the play-in scenario at this point, and that's how they want to keep it.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Ingram touched it last. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. 5th on the list, the Pistons.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
It's stolen by Barrett. It's Ingram on the wing. Screen by Pirtle. To the paint. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Pirtle's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, among the many things he does well, that's one of Pirtle's major contributions. He's a great screen setter.
Outside Robinson. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Tim, what a ride it's been for sharpshooter Duncan Robinson.
Well, there is no doubt about it, Kevin. He's the only player ever to take part in both a men's Division III and Division I championship game. Then, after going undrafted, he goes on to start in the NBA Finals. He has really come a long way.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Robinson. When your team is looking at a back-to-back, how do you approach the first game of the 2, Tim?
Well, I think you may go to your bench a little bit more early. Lengthen your rotation, especially if the game isn't all that close. You're not going to see any starters play heavy minutes in that situation.
Are you thinking as a coach we have a better chance against this team than that team? Does it ever enter that kind of conversation?
It definitely does, but it could also be a dangerous approach if you think there's a particular matchup that doesn't favor you in some way.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
Well, there are a lot of great athletes in this league, and you could certainly put Brandon Ingram in that category.
Now here's Jenkins, covered by Barnes. Outside Robinson. Pass to Jenkins. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Barnes. Knocked loose. And here is Ingram. He's covered by Thompson. Ingram against Thompson. Nobody near Barnes. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Toronto.
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
Toronto leading by 9. Now Ingram. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Pass to Pirtle. Turin brings the double team. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Pirtle sets the pick for Barnes. Just 4 to shoot. And again, it's Toronto with a 3.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
It's time to cheer on the Pistons High Squad.
Let's take a look at some numbers for Barnes. Averaging about 18 points per, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, his production is crucial to this team. They've sort of built around him, and it's why so many things are run through him.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now here's Barnes. He's got 6. Over to the wing. Here's Walter. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Now here's Jenkins. Covered by Barnes. In the corner, it's Harris. No good with the triple. And it's the Raptors ball. They're on a 16-5 run. It's Ingram on the wing. Buries the long-range jumper. Ingram's got 7.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And here is Jenkins. 9 points last game. Harris's shot is good.
Well, I just love that response right there by Harris. You can tell this guy wants to compete.
Barnes with it. 25 points last game. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats for Thompson. How his last 10 games have gone. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And back to your point, number 2 in steals. He's just a tireless worker. Plays that hard-nosed, on-ball defense. Most guys just can't disengage from him. Now here's Jenkins. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Robinson passes to Durant. Barrett against Thompson. And stolen by Harris. And Robinson with a clear path to the basket. Got a piece of it.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter. Just cannot get one to go.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Guys, back to you.
On the run. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. At the elbow, it's Barrett. Here's Barnes. Not this time. His first miss in 3 attempts from the field. All right, Legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit. There's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin. Well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
First one falls for him. Jalen Duren has certainly forced him in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
And so he hits both. And, Tim, the improvement for the Detroit Pistons keyed by acquiring veteran floor spacers. You must like that aspect, am I right?
Yeah, I love that, Kevin. The fact that they have a star offensive player and they went out and added guys that can create more space for their best player, and also they've become a great defensive team.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And the Pistons making a change here. Hollins checked in. And let's now look at the shooting guard position for a moment to see which of them has the hottest hands since the All-Star break. Third is R.J. Barrett.
You know, in tight or outside, these are all very reliable and consistent shooters. It's a safe option to put the ball in their hands and let them create something for themselves.
Well, this is an efficient group of two guards. I would trust any of these guys to carry the load for me offensively.
Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. So here we are, Greg, looking at this roster of the Raptors. What is the path to contention?
Well, perhaps an opening in the East for them to make a move. Going from good to great, that's tougher and will require them to develop or acquire some superstar talent.
And the first one at the line is good. And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they'll send you to the foul line quite a bit, but it's a product of that hard-nosed style.
Here's Sasser, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Pass to Herter. Looking for LeVert. He gets it there. Back to Herter. Barrett against LeVert. Over Barrett. A nice shot by LeVert.
They've got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Here's Barrett. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark right now. He's averaging about 19 points a game. Shed. And again, Toronto no up. Well, for Detroit, their last game, a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Here's Sasser. That's tipped. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Toronto shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
His contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
Here's Shed. Scoreless thus far. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
So it's Detroit now. 11-point game. Now Sasser. His last outing, he had 18 points. Pass to Holland. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Dick. For Toronto, they've gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Here's Shed. Off target from three-point range. Detroit's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Herter, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Puts up a 3. Hits it from three-point range. And the Raptors lead by 14.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Now, here's Barrett. Takes the 3. LeVert grabs the miss.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And how about the playmaking skills of LeVert? I like watching this guy break down the D in the pick and roll.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Shed. The 3. He can't get it to go.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a quick check of the stats for Barrett. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. He's averaging about 19 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
Well, he is consistently stringing great performances together, and when he gets cooking, just keep giving him the ball.
That one is off. And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside.
The Raptors making a switch here. Ingram's checked in. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
To the inside. And Holland gets it to go. Holland's got his second bucket of the night.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Yeah, leading here early, but turnovers have got to be a concern.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Sasser with it. Still yet to score. Here's Holland. Back to Sasser. Just 5 on the clock. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 6 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Shed. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Shoots the 3. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. It's tipped. LeVert kicks to Holland. And so it's Toronto holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And their 3-point shooting has paved the way for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return.